I will never be a memory.
And what's going on, Read My Lips people? We are back. How's everyone surviving Corona spring so far? We doing good? We doing okay? I hope so. Crazy story I have for you today as I get myself situated. Crazy story. Before I get into it, though, I just want to give you an update on, totalities and what's going on with the virus. How many people have got it, and how many people have survived it, and how many deaths have come from the coronavirus. And I want to do this because there are still people out there that are questioning the authenticity of the coronavirus. I mean, of course, you got those people that think it was made in a lab. You got those people that think it was a hoax. And you're not going to convince those people. You're really not going to convince those people. But there's some people, even up till today, have asked me, do you even know anybody that has the coronavirus? So I put this out there, and I'll keep putting the numbers out there so people can see that this isn't bullshit. And actually knew 2 people that had it, now I know 4. So, yeah, I'm going to play this. The Hill Rising actually gives you the numbers, so I'll let Cigar, is it Sagar? Cigar? I'm calling him Cigar. I don't care. His name is Cigar now. And Crystal Ball give you these numbers, and we'll come back.
Time for a rising crisis update on the coronavirus pandemic, and we'll start as we always do with the numbers. All right, we're looking here at the numbers in the United States, which jumped up dramatically. We now have 85,000 plus reported cases, over 1,200 deaths. And you see below that, that's the worldwide numbers. We have 523,000 and 23,900 deaths. A lot of headlines yesterday about how the U.S. is now the #1 country in the world. As far as we know, remember some of these countries we don't have great data out of, including China and Iran. But as far as we know, U.S. now #1 in terms of the number of coronavirus cases. New York continuing to be an epicenter, although other places like Louisiana around the country are starting to see a major surge as well. But nearly 40,000 cases, 38,987 in New York, 432 deaths. And Sagar, we talked yesterday about how some of the hospitals, especially in New York City, especially in Queens, Elmhurst, are just becoming really overwhelmed, experiencing multiple deaths a day, and are starting to have to think about those terrible decisions about potentially rationing care. So that's where we're headed.
It's horrible. And look, I mean, that's where we're looking at Europe. We're looking at Italy. Now Spain is looking at, some 700 deaths in a single day, 60,000. I mean, it's a terrible situation across Europe, hoping and that we can do everything we possibly can here domestically to keep the numbers down. But yesterday reported on that New Orleans outbreak. It continues to be a problem, and it just goes to show you the importance of real public health policy. They allowed Mardi Gras to continue, and now many public health experts suspect that that is the reason that they've had the jump in the cases.
So, yeah, those are the numbers as far as the coronavirus is concerned. So, again, I just want people to stay safe. Don't be in crowded areas. And just stay home and watch YouTube. Just watch YouTube. Watch as much Read My Lips as you want. I'll allow it. So, look. This next story is insanity. So, and I had to verify the authenticity of what was being said because it sounded ludicrous to me. And I had to really look and make sure. But this is actually what's being reported, and it's what's being reported and has been reported by a couple different people and through a couple different organizations. And so it's a couple days old now, but I'm going to talk about it today because I don't hear too much people talking about it in general. So a Trump cabinet Bible teacher blames coronavirus pandemic on God's wrath. He has spoken. So apparently the man upstairs doesn't like what's going on. And what he doesn't like is that China's fucking around gay people and environmentalists. So he gave us the corona. This is what this guy is saying. So, right, it sounds ludicrous. But I'll continue. So Ralph Drollinger, is that the guy from, that's not the guy from Rocky, right? No, it's Ivan Drago. What's his real name, though? Type the guy from Rocky 3. Type his real name. I thought it was Drollinger. But Ralph Drollinger, a minister who leads a weekly Bible study group for President Donald Trump's cabinet, released a new interpretation of the coronavirus pandemic this week, arguing that the crisis represents an act of God's judgment. The coronavirus, Drollinger argues in 2 blog posts and a rambling Bible study guide published in the last few days, is a form of God's wrath upon nations, but not one as severe as the floods described in the Old Testament or the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. So he's not hitting us hard, baby. It's just a sprinkle. He's just giving us a little nudge. He's just like, yeah, guys, I see you. China, I see you. Right? He ain't giving us a full-on slap. It's just sort of a nudge. Relative to the coronavirus pandemic crisis, this is not God's abandonment wrath, nor his cataclysmic wrath. Rather, it is a sowing and a reaping wrath. So we're reaping what we sowed, right? We brought this upon ourselves, is what he's telling us. A biblically astute evaluation of the situation strongly suggests that America and other countries of the world are reaping what China has sown due to their leaders' recklessness and lack of candor and transparency. Now, I will say this. China tried to keep it under wraps. When this thing was starting, when this thing was really going, a lot of people are getting on Trump saying, Trump knew about this a long time ago. This is his fault. China knew about it, and they were like, shh, huh? What? I don't hear, huh? Excuse me? ¿Qué? ¿Cuál es tu problema? Yes, a Chinese person is speaking Spanish. Okay, we're going to go with that, and we're going to leave it the fuck alone, because why not? Neither does he miss a chance to condemn those who worship the religion of environmentalism and express proclivity towards lesbianism and homosexuality. These individuals have infiltrated high positions in our government and educational system, our media, and our entertainment industry, and are largely responsible for God's consequential wrath on our nation. So, pause. So, the large part of God's wrath, this corona wrath that he's rained upon us, is because religion of environmentalism, so if you want to help the environment, fuck you. Right? Fuck you up and down. You want to help the environment? You're disgusting. You disgusting individual. And if you happen to be a lesbian, or if you happen to be gay, well then, got to get corona. Everybody's got to get corona. God's back there like Oprah. You get a corona. You get a corona. You get a corona. Our first baby just died recently. You get a corona. Okay. All right. So if you like dick, if you're a male and you like dick, well, you help speed up the process of coronavirus, apparently. And this guy is serious. This guy, he deems himself a serious individual. Mike Pence probably loves him because Mike Pence doesn't believe in science. In the Bible study, Drollinger meanders through scripture explaining the ways in which God may have caused the coronavirus. In a footnote, he hedges on his previous argument that the virus represents a mild form of God's wrath, noting that we'll soon see a human cure for the coronavirus. Well, no shit, Sherlock, because we're going to get shit done and fix it. So, look, more tea, I promise it's not alcohol. So, look, that is incredible. That is incredible. And, you know, people were getting on Trump about him calling it the China virus. All over social media, people were saying he called it the Kung flu. He's not that clever. Nice try, social media. He's not that clever. But attacks have ramped up against Asian Americans. So that was my problem with what he said, right? Because every opposite has an equal and or opposite reaction, and especially in this era. And so when he's saying that, it's almost like a trigger word for people to go and fuck with Asians. I love Asians. Don't fuck with Asians. Leave them the fuck alone. So that was my problem with, you know, him saying the Chinese virus. But this is an issue too. Because if this would have blew up more, there would have been more attacks on gays, more attacks on lesbians. There would have been attacks on environmentalists. So basically what this shows is this. People are throwing everything out there. And I've been bashing dumbasses on social media. And at first, they were like getting snoozed for 30 days. But when I see people putting misinformation out there purposely, you gotta go. Like, there was this one person, they put out misinformation. And I said, oh, maybe they really don't know this. Maybe they're mistaken. They're ignorant to the situation. So I corrected them and I told them, I was like, oh, look, it's actually this. No biggie. And their response was, well, this is my page, so I'm going to put what I want to put on my page, even if it's wrong. Okay, well, you got to fucking go. You want to live in ignorance, so you got to go. So this guy, he's spreading ignorance and misinformation out there. Now, look, if you're a Christian, that's fine. That's fine. But this is him putting his twist on it. God didn't tell you that this is what's going on. This is you putting your interpretation on it. And there are some people that's going to suck this up. They love swimming in this shit. They love it. They love swimming in this shit. That was me swimming. You see me swimming? That was me swimming. So I just, I had to bring it to you guys because it's absolutely hysterical, sad, and news. And this guy is in Trump's cabinet. Probably making buku bucks. Probably making crazy cash. And that's what he put forth, in this big talk of coronavirus. That's what he put forth. That's his stamp. This is God is punishing us because of gays, environmentalists, and we just got to take it. We'll come up with a cure at some point. Get idiot. So, that's it for today. Nothing crazy. If you haven't seen my last video, please check it out. It's in the card above. Joe Biden has been accused of sexual assault. And I'm starting to see, I saw The Hill Rising pick it up. Obviously, Kyle Kalinski's picked it up. I think Jimmy Dore might have even spoke on it. I'm starting to see some people pick it up. Again, I haven't seen mainstream media get into it yet. I did see Candace Owens. Good old Candace Owens. Had to turn it real political. Well, I'm not a fan of her at all. I think she barely has two brain cells to rub together. But Candace Owens said this. She's blaming this issue on the left. She said it's the left is going to persecute Joe Biden now. How dare they? Dude, if he did it, then he needs to get in trouble for it. It's not a left or right issue. This has nothing to do with red versus blue. If he did this, he should get in trouble. Full stop. I don't give a fuck if he was a Democrat or not. But she made it a left thing. It's about the left. See, this is what the left do. So if he was a right-winger, you guys wouldn't go after him? You wouldn't persecute him? if he did this? Like, you would just let him be? Like, I don't understand what point you're trying to make. This is supposed to go beyond party lines. Like, if something happened to you and you spoke out about it, and what are we supposed to say? Look at the right. See, this is the right. This is the right doing their dumb shit again. Let's not even pay attention. Like, you sound fucking weird. And I'll toast all her followers on Twitter. I will roast every single one of them. You don't want this smoke. So also, look, been talking about coronavirus a lot. So it's probably somewhere on screen. Been getting demonetized. Even when I try to, fix the wording in the videos, still getting flagged. And obviously YouTube doesn't have a lot of human staff right now, so videos are being demonetized one after another. So if you have the ability to donate to the channel, because YouTube's not fucking around. I don't know why they flagged that word. It's only gonna fucking hurt. Well, it's gonna hurt a lot of people, but it's gonna hurt news and politics channels. Why would you do that? So, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just hip thrust that like button. I greatly appreciate it. If you don't, let me know in the comment section why. I'm always down to talk about it. I have a Cash App, a PayPal, and a Venmo link in the description below. Please feel free to donate to the channel. Every little bit helps. Hopefully I'll be talking to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.